this is the project. It's an empty project, got nothing. I already run my local server already. If I refresh this one, it's empty. So let me type something. So welcome to Vina. You see that? Welcome to. So this is an empty project, and then also link up to my servers already, which is an empty project as well. Okay. Now let's start on the web demo side. Okay, the first thing is this is the landing page that I have. Once we have any applications out, when we do any applications, the first thing is normally we will start with our landing page first. So the first thing first is I need to create the structures of our website. So this is the default layout, and then I want to have a split of my website. So I will have a navigation on the left side. All the contents I will keep at the right side. And I will just use a simple one. Just use color to define you are able to see the different screen size. So over here is flex is set to row. H screen is height equal to screen size, and the width equal to my screen size as well. And then I will need to create another divisions. Let's call this one as. Let's mix this one with the screen size of width of 1/6. And then I want to set the color into gray color. Let's say a green gray of like maybe 800. So if I save this one, can you see? It's very straightforward that I just set the screens, the width of this one is the width of 1/6 and the red color to 800. So if I change this one to like maybe 500, you can see that it changed the color. So it's very, very easy for you to change the stuff over here. This one I give different colors. So now you can see that the difference from here, the structures ready. Now I have the structures for my website already. And if you can see, the screen size will move, the width of it will change based on the screen size itself. So today I won't be covering a lot of things inside the responsive here because we have very limited time to pull up a website. And today the content for the website, it will be a portfolio, a simple portfolio where you can put your resume and then how do you contact me and the landing page itself. So we will work on 3 different pages. And it's very simple for us to create pages inside Next.js. Let's say if I just create a resume and then each of the I will have an index and then I create another so this is the default. So once I got this one ready, right, I can just go to my browser, resume. It will look the same thing, and then I go to content. So I already have the path itself, all the pages ready. The only thing is I just want to change the content of the different pages. So let's work on the home first. Okay, the first thing is I want to create a image wrapper, a helper for me. So this is my way of coding. So normally what I will do is I will create an items folder and then I will create a file called, let's say we call that as over here. I create a template first. In all the view file, right, in Next.js, we always have a template, and then maybe we have a divisions, and let's say this is an image, right? And let's say I want to import this one into my, okay, I forgot to create a little navigation. This thing is here, and I need to include the navigations inside here. Let me change this one. X web. Okay, you see, I have the image, this image. So this image helper is inside my navigation wrapper from here, and then inside my default layout, I have my navigation wrapper. So it's like 3 levels over here, where I have the first level will be my layout. Then my layout, I will be loading my navigations, and then my navigation will be loading my image itself. So over here, when I change anything inside here, you'll be able to see that there's something changed over here. Yes. The image. So I have image. Source I will set as it as a value, and then I want to set my image to have a full size. Node is full size, so I use height full, width full, center in the middle, and then because I need to pass in uh, the place where I store my image, and then this is where I will need to use JavaScript to take in value to display my image. So, oops, and string value over here. And then next thing, I'll go back to my navigation wrapper. So over here, I will need to use in the image source. Image. So can you see the image come already? I have this picture inside my project already, so I don't really need to download again. I save inside my project before I start. So now we have the pictures over here already. The next thing is I want to do a navigation between the page itself. So how do I do? I will just go into my items again. I create a link. So over here, same thing. I need to type in template. And second thing, the script, because I need to pass in the URL for me to do the navigations. I need to use probe URL link. In Next.js, right, we will have, instead of using A to do hyper-referencing, in Next, we use Next link to do the redirections. And then because I want to change the label, so I use slot. This one will work as a very dynamic way for me to take in the value, change different style. Like later I will show you what do I mean by that. And in order for me to do the redirection, I will need to pass in the link itself. So over here, URL link. Then the next thing is going to set the style. So I will leave the style white first. And then the next thing is I want to add in the navigations over here. But before I add something inside, I want to change this one to when the more items I have inside my navigations, I will want them to go by uh, vertical instead of horizontal, because by default in HCSS everything will go by horizontal. So if you want to go to horizontal, you need, and then we also need to place our image helper within divisions. And the next one will be and I want in link helper. So I need to pass in the URL, which is the resume. Wrong button. And then so the link is this is labeled, and then this is to set padding maybe 6. So oops. So I have a resume over here, but this is not very nice. So I want to see some actions. So most of the time I will just use do a hover. So I want to show maybe lighter, because this value is 800, so maybe I go for 600 over here. So when I hover, nothing. Never mind, change over here first. I have right, and then I want to set the font style, font family, then suppose I haven't set the width itself. Then 200, and for the time change to white color, I want to use change the file, the text into a smaller one. Let's see this one. So you can see it changes a little bit, and I want my text to the letter to be a little bit wider. And then if you can see, if you notice, the color changes, right, from gray to white color. And then I want to control the durations. So for duration to so you can see that the color change smoothly compared to just now. And then next you see it changes to the gray 600. So this is way too light. I change to 700. 700. 700 will be better because it won't be too bright for us. So when I hover, you can see that the cursor change, and then the color changes as well. Okay, so this is by everything is by you. I'm controlling everything by just plain CSS, and I'm using Tailwind. All of them is controlling by Tailwind itself. And the next thing is, because let me change something so you know that where we are. So resume, and then set this one as name. So when I click resume, can you see I go to resume page already, but I need to go back to my home page. I will need to set my image to redirect me back to my home page. So I need to go back to my Navi wrapper. And then the next thing is I want to change, import my link helper. Now I'm a bit lazy, I'm going to type, copy and paste. And this is to go back to my landing page. I don't need to do hover because it's an image. It doesn't show us anything. No risk on that. So the next thing is, so in development, right, we do a lot of like copy and paste to speed up the development. So just now, this is where we place resume, right? I want to place my image over here. You can see so over here, I place the image as the content for my navigations, and this is the one that takes in the text itself. So if I click on this one, I can go back to landing page. I click on this one, it will go to the resume page already. So you can see that it's very easy for you to create navigations by just HTML. And I haven't really touched on JavaScript. Not much of JavaScript. HTML and CSS only. I just create different files, and then I'm able to do the redirections from here. Okay, so the next thing let's start working on the index, the landing page itself. Okay, for landing page, I want to display background image, and then I also want to have, I'm going to set my name over there. Like circularity. Then image helper. Okay. So this is where I pass the image. So, image inside, so call it desktop. Plus equal to size. Landing page. Image helper. P. Yep. Okay, refresh there, I got the image out. So this is the image that I use. So the next thing is I want to set a name. I want to display a name inside here, right? So because let's say if I create a name, right? Let's say I create divisions, and then I am just say someone landing it. When I put this one, right, you can see it's at the bottom over here. So in order for me to have this one to display inside the middle, I will need to use absolute to float things up on top of all the divisions. So in order for me to do that, and I want to set to top. So I will just add a color over here so you are able to see the difference. Any colors? Just use orange. And then the next thing is divisions. So can you see? This is a absolute, and then this is with the background orange, and then the height I set to full screen. If I don't set to full screen, it will be stuck clearly. So I want to go for full screen because I want to set it to the middle of the screen. So I will need to set it to the height of the, based on the height of the screen itself. So it will always be in the middle of my website. So let me remove this one and then create another divisions. And so MY is margin Y axis, which stands for margin top and margin bottom. And then this will help me to be set inside. And then I want to create the font font to semicolon. So now I want to set the text. If I say, let me save this one. So it will be at the middle here. So the next one is set to white color. And then I want my text to display huge. So I use text 5 extra large over here. Then set the paddings, and I want my text to have wider in my letters, tracking wide. Is this one? So I have a very big text over here, and let me remove my orange color. So normally this is how I do, like, to check the width or that particular sections, whether I place it correctly or not. Remove this one, and then I have something. Hi, I'm Edmund He, inside a landing page. So when anyone that land on this landing page, you'll be able to see this one already. So that is for landing page. And then now let's look in resume. So this one, okay, let's look in resume first. Resume. So resume, let's look at things inside resume. I want to create a progress bar. So what's the progress bar inside my skill set, right? Let me create a progress bar. So new progress. So same thing, template. Always create, once you create any view file, you always need to start with a template. And I go by divisions over here. And the next thing is I want to set class with length in full, and then background to gray color. And then at the same time, let me add in the progress bar inside here. You are able to see the changes. Excuse me. And then the next thing is division. Let me remove the color over here first. So can you see this one? Still haven't finished. And then and I want to have and the styling. this as string over here. So, next thing is inside here, I need to pass in percent each. Let's say 45%. You see, I have 45% over here, and then this is the full. So the more I increase 80%, you go to 80% from here. I go to 99%, so you go to 110%. Here I can just like from here I can start copy and paste already. Copy and paste, and then I have like here 65, 55, 55. But I have 4 progress bar already inside my resume. So you can see that when I create one item, the only thing is I just copy and paste. I can reuse all the items inside my web applications or website. So it's very, very simple. And this is why I mentioned that when the more application you build, the faster the development it is, because you already built all the components ready, and then the only thing is you just to migrate all the components one by one, then you will get something from there. Okay, a little bit faster. So I'm going to create divisions. And then I want to add in label. And let me scroll this one. Plus, I want to create see that over here, it's better now. Oh, this one should be in what? Yes. Now, the next thing is plus, I want to have some space in between of my items. So I use Y2. And now the next thing is ready. And the only thing is I just have to change 65. Maybe I change this one to development. And then that's ops. And here is project. So I have something like this already. Easy and straightforward, right? From this one. And then let me create another table. This one over here. And I have another one. So over here, maybe I change this one to JavaScript. Then Java. And by the way, Java and JavaScript is totally different, yeah. This one will be. So over here, I have 2 different bar chart, progress bar chart already. And then the next thing is I want to add a title inside for this table. Maybe I call this one as the development skills. And then I want to change this one to a bigger one. Font size. And then white and oh, 20, 20 should be empty. Should I use LG? LG looks better. This one and place inside here. So this one instead of this is programming language. So I have two different things over here already. See, first I mentioned it's very easy for you to bring this one up. And I want to add a short summary on top of these two table. And in order for me to do that, I will need to create another divisions outside to put them up together. And then after that, same thing. Because I want everything to go vertical, so I use flex column again. And of course, this is full screen, go by full screen. So if anything's overflow, I want it to be scrollable. And then divisions. This is where I will want to place my summary. So this is about, and then save this one. You can see it changes a little bit. But I want to remove, I don't need to stick over here. So, I can just add padding to move everything to focus in the middle. So, class on send a white XSM. No, something. And then this one, I want to make it bigger. 3XL. So you can see a simple website now from a scratch, and then everything I just provide the content, and I'm setting everything by using Tailwind CSS. And you can see that I don't really need to set the percentage, pixels, anything inside my CSS. And Tailwind CSS will automatically help me to adjust based on the screen resolutions or the browser resolutions ready. So it's very, very easy for you to work around with this one. And the next thing I want to add a card over here. I want to add a card inside here, right? Let me create another item. And I call this one as and card view. And of course, the usual template. And before that, I want to add inside my resume. This one, group them together. Group. Just use this one. Save style. And inside here, divisions, and then I will want to have two places to input. One is for the title, and then another one is for maybe the content of the card, where normally we will place like, if I put in like what I did as a backend developer, normally we want to include like some of the tasks that we did for our previous job. And then we will need a title of the job and then what we had did. So we place these two things inside each of its own division. Setting up bottom, and then background with the shadow to over here. Set So this one is 7. Everything. Yes, I got something over there already. And then right, maybe add something inside my contact. But this one, the first one is name, a title. Uh, and so can you see? This is the top again developer at me. And then the second thing I want to add in is over here. I just use simple one. Inside here, but this is very hard. This one. Cos y x. Oh, yes, this one is better. This one looks better now. Okay, this one. Okay, next thing, if I want to create two different job titles, copy and paste, and then I just change this. Oh, I have another card inside here already. It's quite straightforward. When you build one card and then I have another card out. So that is, and now I have a landing page, and then I have a resume page already. Okay, now the next one, navigations, and then now I want to add another link. So it will be the contact. I just copy this one inside. Change the contact. Up, I got one contact up already. So this is in the contact page. And then let's see. Where's my contact page? Okay. This one. And let's use a simple one. We don't really want to create a text a form to submit a contact form, because if you want to do that, then we will need to have an email helper behind for us to send out emails. But today, we will just place your email and your phone number inside the contact form. And for background, we just use the same background that we use inside our landing page. Same thing. And then image source. Image. What's great? Yep, got the image ready. Thing related. And then because I want to, like I mentioned, because it is the same case where I want my contact to float inside here is at the bottom. So I just use the same style, set thing absolute at the top, and then remove, and this time same. So my is, like I mentioned, my is margin top and bottom for y-axis. So it will automatically help us to put the content inside the center of the whole website of your browser. This one, I want to set something. I want to create a box, a text box, no, a card itself. And then we to that is red. Arrow to drop down. It's at the top. That one. Let's set the the middle ready. And now this another one. Text. Do I need this one? So so I got my email and my uh not mine uh dummy dummy phone number already. So it's like a small card over here. So all the stuff inside here, right? It's on inside my local machines. So it's inside my laptop. But I want to push up into here, right? So the only thing is I just need to push this. So this is a terminal, or in Windows we call it as a command prompt. So the only thing is now I want to upload all my code into this. I'm working on simple website and our gym. So I'm uploading all my code to my cloud repository, and then I can go to Netlify. So Netlify is one of the tools that we do all the front-end cloud hosting. So login, and then let's see, FS. Deploy. Okay, it's building. See the deploy log. So Netlify, once it receives the code itself, Netlify will automatically help you to do the deployment first thing. It will help you to build up the project, and then it will also help you to set all the certificates, SSL, HTTPS, everything. You will have to set ready. So while waiting for it to generate, site is live. So if I do a refresh, yep, got the so uh uh reason why this one is loading very slow. First is my line is slow, and then second thing is this image is very huge. It's like 11 MB. I haven't really like do a resize. So there's a lot of things that we need to like work around for the website itself. And the first thing is we need to handle like we need to handle responsive. So if you see this is very is not nice, and then this is not nice at all in responsive way. So normally if we want to display a small screen, normally instead of displaying two card over here, we need to display in one card. Okay, and if you view in full size, and it will be very very nice for this one.